Mark Consuelos surprises his wife, Kelly Ripa, with a question during his appearance as host of Live with Kelly and Mark. Mark asks a question during their conversation about her hectic travel weekend that causes her to pause for a second before responding. While traveling, Kelly Ripa gets agitated. A code upgrade that shut down several communications caused delays for many travelers over the weekend. Unfortunately, the CrowdStrike global tech failure caused delays for a lot of people. The technical issue that caused chaos across the United States is discussed by Mark Consuelos in the July 22 episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. In addition, Kelly Ripa describes having a wild weekend since she was enmeshed in it. Unfortunately, when she tried to travel between her niece's colleges, she discovered that it was not feasible. Mark and Kelly both love to travel. In particular, since they acquired a stake in Campobasso FC, Mark has improved his skills by traveling to Italy on a regular basis. Mark Consuelos asks Kelly Ripa a startling question, however. Mark Consuelos boldly asks a surprising question after talking about Kelly Ripa's travel problems. After admitting that her weekend trip was challenging, Mark adds a small fact that surprises her. Mark transitions into wanting the problem resolved by this weekend, as Kelly considers arriving hot from her busy trip. Notably, he mentions Campobasso FC playing the East London Daggers in a friendly. "It never ends," said Kelly. He then adds the devious tactic of telling Kelly that he intended to attend the game. "You tell me here publicly in a safe place," she asks, unaware that he was about to travel. Rephrasing it as a question, Mark sidesteps and chuckles. She adds, "And I suppose I'm staying home then." After he answers, "I want to ask permission." "I think you are staying home," Mark adds. "Right," she interrupts coldly. Then he adds cheerfully, "Do you want to come too?" After saying, "Unless you want to come." Kelly Ripa refuses to express her displeasure at Mark Consuelos' inquiry. Kelly Ripa selects her words and rubs her palms together. When her husband, Mark Consuelos, disclosed his travel itinerary, she was immediately on the spot. She grits her teeth a little when asked if she wants to participate, but she just responds, "No, no." She groans and wrings her hands at the manner he conducted the on-air conversation. However, by discussing his trip's goal, Mark attempts to mitigate some of the harm. "I'm going to be doing a little community outreach," he reveals. He also discusses visiting small communities to meet the locals, thrill them, and inform them about the team's new clothing. Kelly was able to get over her irritation at her husband's unexpected query thanks to that. Kelly's spirits were raised to discuss the presentation because she was part in the costume's creation. They also talk about how Mark created the Liquid Death logo, which means "murders your thirst," for the Campobasso jersey. Ryan Reynolds wore the new jersey later in the live event to promote his next film, Deadpool and Wolverine. How do you feel about the sleek question that Mark Consuelos asked Kelly Ripa during the show? After the Live with Kelly and Mark broadcast, do you believe she said anything to him? It was just another lively morning on Live with Kelly and Mark, or so everyone thought. The audience filled the studio with chatter, coffee cups in hand, ready for the usual dose of humor, celebrity gossip, and that famously candid banter between married co-hosts Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. But by the time the camera stopped rolling, something entirely unexpected had unfolded, something that would leave both the audience and the internet buzzing for days. From the moment the show began, there was something different in the air. Kelly Ripa, glowing in a cream-colored dress, took her seat beside Mark, who appeared unusually composed, or perhaps too composed. Normally, he'd crack a quick joke about being Mr. Kelly Ripa, but today his energy was measured, focused. He even let Kelly dominate the opening chat, nodding along as she animatedly shared a story about their dog Chewy interrupting her morning yoga. Then came the moment that set the day apart. "Mark, are you okay?" Kelly teased, narrowing her eyes mid-story. "You're awfully quiet today. Are you planning a coup against me?" The audience laughed, but Mark didn't take the bait. He just smiled that movie star smile of his. The one Kelly once said made her fall in love with him back when they met on All My Children. No Coop, he said softly. Just something I've been thinking about. Kelly tilted her head. Oh no. You've been thinking? Should I be nervous? He chuckled, and then turned to the live audience. Actually, maybe she should. The crowd erupted with oohs. Even producer Michael Gelman leaned forward, clearly sensing that whatever was about to happen wasn't on the script. Wake, Kelly said, glancing off camera. What's happening right now? Is this a bit? Did you plan something without me? Mark reached beneath the desk, and suddenly, the studio lights dimmed just a touch. The big screens behind them began flashing a montage. Old clips of Kelly and Mark throughout their decades-long relationship. There they were in the early live years, laughing side by side during Ryan Seacrest's farewell episode, taking selfies backstage, even a throwback to their wedding photo from Las Vegas in 1996. Kelly gasped. Oh my God, Gelman, did you do this? But Gelman shrugged. Not me. The music swelled, an instrumental version of Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are. And that's when Mark turned to Kelly, took her hand, and asked, in front of millions watching at home, Kelly Maria Ripa, will you marry me? Again? For a moment, there was silence. The audience froze, unsure whether this was a heartfelt surprise or an elaborate live prank. Kelly's eyes widened, her jaw dropped, and she blinked several times, processing. Wait, what? She finally squealed. Mark, we're already married. I know, Mark said with a grin. But we never really had a big wedding, just that quick Vegas chapel with $20 and a hangover. The audience roared with laughter. You've given me 29 years of love, chaos, and coffee-fueled mornings. I thought maybe we could do it right this time. A real ceremony. You, me, our kids, our family, our live family. What do you say? Kelly pressed a hand to her mouth, tears brimming. She laughed, half crying, half scolding. Are you seriously doing this on live TV? Yes, Mark said simply. Because I've realized, after everything, the show, the years, the madness, I choose you again, every single day. The audience leaped to their feet in applause. The camera zoomed in on Kelly's face as she wiped away a tear. You're lucky I put on mascara that's waterproof today, she quipped, trying to regain her composure. This is insane. So is that a yes? Mark teased, still holding her hand. Kelly paused for dramatic effect, the performer in her fully engaged. Let me think, she said, glancing toward the camera. He does snore like a chainsaw, he eats in bed, and he still can't remember to take his shoes off when he comes inside. The audience laughed again, and Mark leaned in. You still love me, though? Kelly rolled her eyes. Fine, yes, of course, yes. The crowd erupted in cheers, confetti burst from above, and the house band launched into a triumphant tune. Kelly and Mark stood up, embracing in the middle of the set as the audience chanted, kiss, kiss, kiss. And yes, they kissed right there under the studio lights, sealing their second engagement in front of millions. After the commercial break, Kelly was still visibly emotional, fanning her face with cue cards. I can't believe you did this, she told Mark, shaking her head. Do you know how hard it is to surprise me? I'm a control freak. That's why I did it here, Mark replied, still grinning. I knew you wouldn't suspect a thing. Their co-workers chimed in via social media almost instantly. Live staff members posted behind-the-scenes videos of the proposal, capturing the shocked faces of everyone in the studio. Even Ryan Seacrest commented on Instagram, I'm crying at my desk. Congrats, you two lovebirds, again. Later in the show, Kelly admitted to viewers that she and Mark had often talked about renewing their vows but could never find the right time. We always joked that we'd do it when the kids were older, she said. Well, looks like it's happening. Mark, meanwhile, hinted that the vow renewal might take place on Live itself. Why not do it here? He suggested. We got engaged on the show, Might as well say I do right here, too. Kelly groaned playfully. Oh no, you're not turning this into a reality special. But fans online were already begging for it. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag Kelly and Mark Renew and hashtag Leave Proposal trended across X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram. Clips of the proposal racked up millions of views, with fans calling it the most romantic moment in live history. By the end of the day, Kelly shared her own reaction on social media, posting a photo of her hand in Mark's, the same ring from their original wedding. She wrote, 29 years later, and he still knows how to make me cry on live television. Yes, again. In a follow-up story, she joked, note to self, never trust a quiet Mark Consuelos before 9 a.m. The following morning, the couple returned to the show, both wearing matching Team Ripa Consuelos shirts. Kelly, ever the comedian, opened the episode with, "So, apparently I'm engaged again. If anyone sees me on The Bachelor, please intervene."